What is up? This is Arlington and I just landed right now. I'm doing a quick little hook session. So I got a phone call, but that's not what we're gonna talk about today. Today we're gonna be discussing 2 actions that I do when it starts raining. Let's get it. First tip I can give you guys whenever it's raining, it's not rescheduling them right away, is check the radar. Whatever you're sitting in, you can check the radar, because sometimes it's just a cloud. Then within an hour it's gonna be pretty much gone, so they can go out there. You can pretty much delay your appointments for the afternoon slots instead of the morning. All right, before we proceed with the second action, I want to give you guys a pro tip, is to educate your customers. And before I proceed about how to educate your customers, I need to know who's gonna go to Pest World this year. I don't know why I'm really highly considering it. I told myself I don't think I would ever go, but since it's in Colorado, I kind of want to go because I want to snowboard and create content snowboarding, and I never snowboarded before, so I'm really intrigued of the idea of me going snowboarding. So if you're going, comment below. It might motivate me to actually book my flight and maybe meet some of you at Pest World. But Nibin, as you can see, I use Nibin and I use Bifin when it comes to granulating a customer's home. So like, let's say that customer's house, I use Bifin. That's where I tell them, hey, look, on the label it says that it activates with water. So that's why I usually tell customers, like, look, rain actually helps because it activates the granules, your Bifin grain. But like, let's say most of my customers, I don't really put Bifin on their property. I try to lean more for Nibin. I only put Bifin if they're dealing with a different pest that is not listed Nibin label, right? Like, let's say probably centipedes, and I don't think Nibin helps with centipedes. You know, like, different pests, it all depends what your customers are dealing with, and that's where I decide what kind of granules I'm gonna use. But most of the time, you know, most customers are dealing with either crickets, roaches, silverfish. So that's where I kind of try to lean more for Nibins. Now, for Nibins, doesn't activate with water, but, and I'll put it on the screen, won't degrade in heat or sunlight, weather resistant up to 6 inches of rain. Like, let them know, hey, look, or sometimes I'll even screenshot the label, send it to them, like, hey, look, you'll be fine. The product that I put out on your property is gonna resist up to 6 inches of rain. And of course, I have a bunch of Nibin granules because, like I mentioned before, if you remember on one of my videos, it's always good to have it and not need it, then need it and not have it. So that's why I always try to have an abundance of products, so I'm not running out last minute and buying products. That's something I learned in this business, and sometimes it happens. Like, sometimes I forget to order more inventory, and I'm like ordering last minute, apply a different type of product just because I don't have that in stock. So man, I'm looking forward to my car. It's a Lexus 2016. I just bought it. I bought a salvage. They're gonna fix it up, right? They were gonna fix that. After 3 years, I finally bought myself a personal car. My second action, which is my favorite action of them all, is pretty much having my admin day replaced with the customers that has been rescheduled due to the pouring rain. So there was this podcast, I already mentioned this, like in the past YouTube videos, I've mentioned it twice, but I usually have an admin day, all because of this podcast on bug plugs. I forgot the name, where a PCO, pest control owner, mentioned that her days off, her techs and herself days off are on Wednesdays, but for myself is Mondays. She has those days off because she wants a work-life balance, right? Same thing. I was like, I want to implement that into my business, so I did it for Mondays. Next, you know, so it helped me so much, because let's say it rains on Thursdays, I'm like, it's like pouring rain all day. Even if you check the radar, you see a big cloud, it's gonna be raining for the next 2 hours, and then I'm like, you know what, I just reschedule it, put it on admin day, which is my off day, and their off days, not just my off day, the other 2 trucks off days as well. Let's say it's raining that Thursday, I grab all those appointments and move it to Monday. I'm not really falling behind, it's not messing up my software, I don't have to move other people's appointments. Like, of course, if it's sprinkling rain, I try to educate them, but if it's pouring rain, I hate, you know, making customers pay for a service that it might not work. I'd rather look out for my customers, and of course I want to look out for my techs, my people, so they're not out there working in the pouring rain. Hope y'all subscribe so y'all can see my journey, because I just bought my first personal car, bought my 3rd truck, bought my motorcycle, and I just bought my first personal car. So I'm looking forward to like having a daily, you know. So I'm gonna continue uploading content. And make sure y'all like this video. So I'm giving y'all pretty much my whole documentation of my business journey. This is Aviator Pest Control, where we fly and bugs eye, and I'll see y'all next time.